Hi everyone, welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for always coming out here. Good news, good news. Finland government it shock Nigeria. They don't shock federal government of Nigeria. According to this news, Finland don't suspend Simon Ekpa's trial. Okay, so Simon Ekpa don't make first appearance. Speech, my people. This one's sweet too. Abeg, let's hit the news and get the full details. But before then, guys, if you're just joining us, please kindly subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Share this video, make it go viral so that Nigerians, Biafrans will understand what is happening right now. Thank you. Let's go there. I will be right back.
Finland is that Alexander Stubb and his cabinet members has suspended anything that has to do with Ipa's trial. And that has been reported. It was reported. We don't know how they get to that conclusion, but a lot of analysts, international analysts and lobbyists are tying it to, federal government lack of evidence. How can that be true? A lot of people are also saying pressure coming from other Western powers, Putin, Donald Trump, and all of that. The reason why Finland government suspended the trial, vex, of course, Biafrans, and they are ready to give Ipa, one of the greatest team in support of Biafra.
All right, thank you for having me. I think it is a global recognition that the Nigerian state or government is lacking of what we call integrity. When the Nigerian government tell you that this is what has happened, I believe you need to verify not twice, but I think four times. Let me tell you one of the lies of the federal government. Remember when Lagbaja, the chief of army staff, died? The federal government actually lied that the chief of army staff was never dead. You know who broke that news? It was Simon Ekpa. It was Simon Ekpa that said that he can provide materials that this man is indeed gone. He died, I think, in an international hospital. And 3 days later, the Nigerian government has accepted that after Simon Ekpa has exposed their lies. Today, with the emergence of Donald Trump, who in the recent time has been engaging the Finnish president, who is Alexander Stubb. I mean, they just had a meeting, I think about 72 hours ago. And I'm not surprised that now Finland has put a stop to that, because for me it's just a show of lies by the Nigerian government. Because don't forget, the Nigerian government also told us that since last year that they have materials that they will forward. We are in March. Today marks April 1st. So in more than 4 months, Nigeria has not been able to convince the Finnish government that whether Simon Ekpa is a criminal or not. They don't have any say. They do not have any fact. All they do is blackmail. Is that not what they did to Ojukwu in 1966 to 1970? How they blackmailed him? How they took him to Abuja Call? They blackmailed him, saying that he is a what? He's a genocidal human being. I mean, was that not what they made him? Today, they do not. The Nigerian government, the Nigerian state, does not want to see Ojukwu as an hero. They call him a villain. They call him someone who pushed his people into a massacre. The same thing they want to do for Simon Ekpa. But not everybody has a soft head. Some people indeed have a coconut head. And I must agree, Simon Ekpa is one of those people that his head. There's an adage they say that a head that break a coconut, not a drink. People like say Simon Ekpa head wants to drink this coconut water. Because everything seems to be falling in pleasant places for this very young man. A very vibrant young man in his mid-30s, going to his 40s. He has been able to demystify all the lies that the Nigerian was founded upon. The lies of one Nigeria, the lies of a country that is united in peace and justice, which is all lies. Donald Trump has been following the Nigerian news, the Nigerian politics. You can see how the Igbos have been intentionally marginalized, which of course are the outcry of this freedom fighter, Simon Ekpa, nnamdikanu, because that is who they are. These are men who are simply fighting to liberate their people. They are not seeking to destroy the country. No. Let us leave. Let us extract or eject ourselves from this conundrum, a system that has been designed never to work. Nigeria will not work for as long as we practice this kind of unitary system. When Nigeria had its greatest success was when everybody was on their own. My Okpara was dealing with the old Eastern business. You know, we didn't have this issue of incursions by the Fulanis, whereby they were now converting on the oil and gas in Imo, Owerri, Abia. So these are the things. Simon Ekpa's case has exposed the many lies that has been told to the international bodies. You know, Simon Ekpa's men challenged Christopher Musa, let us meet at the international court. I don't know, maybe you have seen him there, but I know his shadow has not stepped foot into the court because he knows he dare not. Ever since Simon Ekpa's issue has gotten this global recognition with the emergence of Donald Trump, have you forgotten that Christopher Musa was disgraced? Canada told him, where you what are you coming here to? You people that have no respect for human rights, no regard for human rights. You know, Christopher Musa wanted to attend an event where people are being celebrated for their show of heroism. They told Christopher Musa, you are not welcomed. I mean, we saw all of it. New Rubadi said, to hell with Canada, to hell with a people that can literally deal with Nigeria within a twinkle of an eye. Then you're telling them to hell. You see, the likes of Alexander Storm are people that have what we call sense of reasoning. I must commend it. Initially, you know, all of us were sort of, what is going on? Why is Alexander Storm now compromising? Because as far as we're concerned, Simon Ekpa is a citizen. He's also a politician. He's a prominent personnel in Finland. He's not just an ordinary Finnish citizen. He is married to a Finnish lady. He has served in their military. He got to an high rank. He is also into their politics. So he is not just a pushover. A person who is a lawyer by profession in Finland, Simon Ekpa, would not just set himself up for such a cause if he has no evidence to back himself up that he is not into criminalities. His arrest, wherein there were so many allegations that it was even the Nigerian government when they were raising funds, okay, when they were raising funds, that some Nigerian government at the subnational level pushed illegal money into the Biafran account, and that led to the red flagging of that account, and they called him for what? For interrogation. I haven't gone through the interrogation. Then immediately the Nigerian government wanted to see this opportunity. He's a terrorist. They asked them, how has this man terrorized you? When Nigerian government wants to provide one, the Biafran government in exile has provided 1,000 evidence that now Nigeria, they even terrorize us. Just some days ago, another one happened in Ehamufu. Fulani herders went there. They have done this thing, you know, they did it in 2 occasions within a period of 1 month. February 18, they attacked that same village in Ebonyi that borders with Enugu. Again, in March ending, they went again to attack. And these are evidence that the Biafran Republic government in exile will show to the Finnish government. The Finnish government they've had so many evidences. You know how they bombarded Alexander Stubb emails when this scenario of Simon Ekpa initially started? Because then the Biafran government, the chief of staff or Abuese, they were compiling
jubilation among Biafrans all over the world. They are celebrating the Finnish government and latest. And Simon Ekpa, from his hideout, according to a report, has accepted the plea or the apology in that regard.
Well, if the Finnish government apologized to Simon Ekpa, I don't think it is enough. I think there should be a financial incentive for him because there is no justice when the right or the appropriate compensation is not given. I think the Finnish government made a mistake to ever think that they can trust or accept an iota of stories from the Nigerian government. I can go on and on and on to prove how deceptive the Nigerian government can be. You know, we must call things as they are. I might be living in Nigeria, but I know that there was a time they told us that this is what they are doing. And we found out that it was the opposite. And then these lies has now quadrupled under this administration of the APC, unfortunately. So you see, Finnish government, yes, Simon Ekpa has forgiven you, but I urge you to do the same. Compensate him.
Where did this pressure actually come from? Is it coming from Western world?
It is coming from it is coming from what we call the body of truth. And we call it a body that seeks for the emancipations of the truth sayers, of the crusaders, and the children of light. That is Donald Trump. Let me tell you, Donald Trump has vowed that under his watch, Christians or Christian nations or Jews who represent the light, who accept or agree what we call human freedom, not human enslavement, that he will not allow it in any way to thrive. You know, the people that were so joyous when Simon Ekpa started having these issues were the Fulani people. They were jubilating. They were rejoicing in the north that this guy who used to be our nemesis. You can see ever since Simon Ekpa has been silent, there have been some series of attacks in Enugu, in Ebonyi. So now they are shivering in their spine that, indeed, Finnish government have caught up with us that we lied. And this man who is a thorn in our flesh will come back. All of a sudden, you will see that in a couple of days, those Fulani people will be pushed back into their shells. Because they say that it is only a lion that faces its battle without a show of fear. And these are the people who represent the Igbos, or the Biafrans, shall I say. The Simon Ekpa, the likes of the nnamdikanu. I mean, look at what is going on everywhere now. Look at what happened in Edo State. There is a prophecy that was said by nnamdikanu as at 2018 or thereabout, or 2019, 2020, where he said that this issue, this conundrum, is not just about ethnicity. It is simply about conquest. And he labeled it rightly that it is a Fulani conquest. Otherwise, why will a governor who has always had his people killed for a period of 1 year, 2 years by these same Fulani marauders? So now, because his own people who feel that they have been abandoned and decided to take justice into their hands, and they call it good justice. Okay, when the government fails, what do you think is going to thrive? anarchy will thrive. If the government was up and doing, there wouldn't be anything called jungle justice. If the government of Nigeria was a fair and just one, we would not be talking about a Simon Ekpa. Because a Simon Ekpa of himself was once a believer of the Nigerian state. He wasn't just a believer, he was a professional athlete that won gold. But when he got to a point, when he was about to go for an international event, you know what they did? They shortchanged Simon Ekpa. They brought a northerner who didn't have the competence, who didn't have the capacity of Simon Ekpa. They pushed Simon Ekpa down and they took that person. And that person went to that international stage and he embarrassed the Nigerian country. That was the very day Simon Ekpa had a change of turnaround. That is what Nigeria has been built on. They use those who are competent as a stepping stone to put in these Fulanese. And that is why nnamdikanu has always been right when he said Nigeria is a project that the Fulanese want to conquer. It might take them 30 years, it might take them 40 years. And he has said, why that will happen, his own people would have left the country. And that was why we had his disciple, Simon Ekpa, today, who has taken that message to an international stage. And today we can see it making international records, wherein a country as high as Finland has said that they will forgive and indeed will compensate Simon Ekpa. Thank you very much.
For that wonderful question, the anchor of this great platform. First and foremost, I want to say Simon Ekpa has come out to say, or has outlined countless times, that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gun for the second time. Now when he said that, see, Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gun, it means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojogun fought Biafra in a different dimension. Now, nnamdikanu did it via his own dimension. So Ekpa is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize Biafra. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the Biafra struggle. So kudos to him, it is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Simon Ekpa should be discredited, the likes of and that of the southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Simon Ekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Simon Ekpa and nnamdikanu to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians. It shows that these people have this mindset that, see, they can no longer be the slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of Biafra in the world in the UN summit, to me it's a plus, and that alone, the voice of Biafrans will be heard globally, and the voice of an Igbo man is also being heard globally. Now let me take it back the line. When Southern Sudan and South Sudan wanted parted ways, nobody killed each other. Nobody go through the route of violence. It was done amicably. So Simon Ekpa is doing it amicably for him to convince world leaders that this thing is possible. And why the government of the day, the present government of Nigeria, are not seeing it that way. Thank you. You can also to the government, to the Nigerian government, be worried about people. Why would they be worried? The same people have sent assassins to kill Simon Ekpa. Now only he has escaped. So see, one thing about it is that the government of the day, they are panicking. There's panic. You know what is now? For a particular tribe, for a major tribe to exit your country, you know how an Igbo man is. You know the investment of an Igbo man is in the country. Now imagine in Nigeria without an Igbo man. Let's just imagine that. I mean, dominance. That means the outside man would now dominate virtually every government parastatals in Nigeria. So now the reason why the Igbo man is still believe that's Nigeria is because the Igbo man is still in the contraption called Nigeria. But eventually, if the Igbo man leaves, my brother, the Igbo man will know the true meaning of Nigeria, and then we now know who owns Nigeria. Just like what Angwabula said, he said they are not scared of the Igbos parting, exiting Nigerians. That was what he said. He said they are not scared. Indirectly, that means the other tribe would not have sense of belonging in the country. And we know it. We know it. I know it too. And every normal man now has the spirit of dominance. You cannot dominate him. If Fulani man has the spirit of dominance, for you to dominate him, it will take ages. In terms of population, you cannot dominate them. So one thing is that